Hello guys, how you guys been? We're back again in the middle podcast with another episode to make you feel nice, make you feel good. I'm feeling really good today. You get me?
Shay,
I'm
why
no
are you
longer
feeling?
starting.
There has to be a reason why you're feeling
Can't the
good.
man be happy? I don't
Why?
understand.
There has to be a reason why you're
Can't the
feeling
man just be
really.
excited to be alive?
You can be excited, not just excited.
The sun is shining, is rising on the west, is setting on the east. How does the sun?
Sun doesn't rise in the west. Sun rises on the south.
Okay, sorry.
But anyways, welcome to a new episode of In the Middle podcast, and we are delighted to be back again. And maybe I'm not as happy as Shay, but I'm actually happy as well.
You have been happy for 2 episodes, right? It's my turn to now be happy.
So Shay, new quarter one is over, right? 1/4 of the year. What's your evaluation so far?
10 over 10, 100 over 100. That's just me. I don't miss. You get me?
I have one question.
You don't get me.
I get you. I have one question, Shay, for you and for everybody. Are we supposed to spend March salary in April? Because I don't understand.
Why is it always about money?
My March salary I collected has finished. And I don't know we are going to survive all trade.
Today is
second day.
Today is just like first. I mean second or whatever.
Exactly. I mean, happy new month, by the way.
Right.
But regardless, are we supposed to spend March salary in April? Because March salary has finished.
There's nothing God can do. The God that has been keeping you since, He will keep you through this one.
All right, no problem. But
So
yeah,
Timmy, what do you have for our listeners today? What are we talking about today? Let's get right into it.
So yeah, no beating around the bush, right? We are basically going to be discussing about is toxic masculinity. That's the topic.
So I have a question.
Yes, what's your question?
Timmy, why this topic? Like, who brought about this topic? Why? This toxic masculinity? I don't understand. Why are we talking about this?
Well, I feel like, we have been addressing various things in the podcast, and this is something that should be addressed as well, because it is somehow like an important topic that people like you have been trying to hide under.
Wait. I don't understand. What do you mean people like me? Are you saying I'm toxic? I don't get
I did not say you're toxic. I did not say this thing. I'm just saying, like, there are some people like you. I don't say you
have the traits
particular.
of toxic masculinity.
Exactly. And we need you to talk about it.
Okay.
So that people can see you for what you are. You have been hiding all these years, pretending to be a nice gentleman. But today is the day that the whole world will know who exactly you are.
But I mean, toxic masculinity can be good or can be bad. What exactly?
But why is it called toxic if it can be good? I mean,
just because something is bad for you, something is not also good for you.
Well, that's true.
Sugar is bad for you, but it's also good for you.
So is alcohol,
Exactly. So
we
get the point.
No, yeah, maybe it might be good. Maybe we'll find out. Maybe it's good or not. Right? We'll find out. But basically, we just want to know what it's about, because the thing is that lots of things have been flying around. You get someone does something, everybody says, "Oh, that's toxic masculinity." What exactly it is? Because these days, the people just label anything that they feel like a guy does, or that it tells you, "Oh, this is how guys should behave." Everybody just says, "Oh, it's toxic." Right? I wouldn't want to mention names, but then obviously we all know about Andrew Tate, right? Everybody's be like, "Oh,
yeah."
Top G is toxic, that kind of stuff. So I think we just want to like address this here and talk about it, let people know what exactly it is, and what traits to look out for. So before you can say, "Oh, someone is probably having this kind of toxic masculinity impression." So say, what do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Like when someone says, when you first hear the word toxic masculinity, what's it you understand it to be?
Pretty much, I think it means be a man. Like, be a hard guy. Don't show emotions. Always act tough. Those kind of things. Just be a man.
But I think that's just what masculinity means in the first place, right?
Yes. So be a man kind of means. I think it basically means don't act like a woman. So I think that's where the toxic part comes in, right? Like, don't be seen as feminine. Don't be doing things that women should be doing. That kind of stuff. I think that's, for me, that's what I see it as. What about you? Well,
so same way I see it as, but then probably the old toxic in the front just probably gives us a new definition of what it is. Yeah, like saying, "Oh, don't depicting a kind of image that might probably be harmful to other guys or harmful to ladies." Right, in the sense that, so let me give you a quick example. Right, someone says, "Oh, men are probably supposed to be promiscuous." Like, guys, that's what guys do. You can't settle with a lady. You have to have multiple.
Yeah, it's a man's world.
It's a man's world, and probably that kind of impression or that kind of attitude probably might be harmful to other people, or not sit well with other people as well. And they might label it as toxic. That's just what I feel it is, right? So Shay, do you feel like it's actually a good thing, or it's not? You said it's bad. I mean, is it like entirely bad?
There's a part of it that can be seen as, I don't know how to put it, but I think there's healthy masculinity. If there's toxic, there's probably healthy masculinity, right?
Mm-hmm.
So probably the toxic part has some things to it, like maybe when a man is allowed to maybe show violence, like when men beat women and get away with it, that's probably toxic masculinity, right? I don't know. I'm guessing. So probably there's some part to it that is probably not good. That's why it's toxic. But I think masculinity in itself is a good thing, and I think the world revolves around men being masculine and women being feminine. So as long as there's a balance to it, that's it. But usually there isn't.
Okay.
But if you ask me to pick, it's not like I'll pick toxic.
Okay, so let me just quickly ask you this question, yeah? With the whole gender equality thing, and everybody's saying, men and women are equal and opposite, or is it equal and we should be treated as the same. We should be treated as the same. Do you feel like that masculinity itself, being it whether toxic or not, actually like counters that, right? That the fact that men and women are not the same, and we shouldn't like be treated the same, or like we shouldn't have the same roles in the society technically. Do you feel that's like one of the things that might actually like be opposing gender equality?
I don't think so. So I think when people say men and women should get equal rights, I think that's a different conversation versus men being masculine and women being feminine. I don't like the fact that I'm saying masculine and feminine. It's doing my chest one kind, but just bear with me. So I think being equal I think it just means give both genders, or all the genders, we have equal opportunities. I think I read it somewhere that in Nigeria Constitution, it's not legal for a woman to own a land. I heard something really crazy one time like that. Like I think women are not allowed to probably do something that men can do. So I think that's what the old gender equality kind of they are fighting for. I don't know if you are a feminist or whatever, if you can come and defend what you people are saying, but I think that's what they mean. So I think if you are relating that to this, it's like a different topic, but some of the things that enable men to like be toxic is built on top of that. So what do I mean? So the fact that there is no equality in some sense means that men get away with some of these things. That's where the toxic comes in.
Yeah, exactly.
You get. So I think that's like the main problem with this whole toxic thing, is because men usually get away with stuff which shouldn't be.
Okay.
Or maybe I kind of like. I'm not saying me. I'm saying some men that are doing it.
So I've actually taken the liberty to actually list out some traits, right, that might probably show toxic masculinity, basically. And the first one I'm going to
do, Abby.
I'm not saying that I do. Why are you saying I do? What do you mean I do? I'm just saying I'm a very loving.
You said you took time to list it. Means that you have a list of things you do. Then in your spare time, just pick those things that you do.
Apparently, so all the things I listed were the things I don't do. Right, I'm a feminist. Exactly.
See me that I've known you for how many years now? You are not a feminist. Don't lie to our people.
I'm a feminist.
The only time Timmy says he's a feminist is when he wants to go out with a woman and he wants her to share the bill. That's the only time a guy will say he's a feminist.
Well, I mean,
that I know. Okay, go on.
But technically, so the first thing is being promiscuous. So I don't know. How would I say? It's been rumored that guys are naturally promiscuous. Why when a lady tries to do it, it's I don't know. When the word they use, right? I don't want to say it, but the word they use when. So do you feel like that's a toxic trait? Having to understand that guys can actually get away with some promiscuous activities, whilst ladies can't, or that promiscuity is reserved for guys.
Yes. That's my answer. Yes. What are you going to do about it, our listeners? Now that you know that I identify with those kind of behaviors.
So wait, Shay, so you feel like
Why are you laughing like that?
so well, I did not say I disagree with you. So Shay, why do you feel like promiscuity is like can be accepted?
Is that even a word to me? To me, this one you are blowing grammar. Are you sure that thing you are saying?
You know, promiscuity.
Promise what?
Promiscuity from the word promiscuity.
Please, if you are listening to this, go and check. Go and Google that word. I mean, I'm not. It's not part of me. I have never heard that word in my life.
Okay, you have
and
not.
I attended the 4 walls of a school.
But you went through the school, but did the school go through you?
But at least I'm not the one saying promiscuity and whatever you are calling
it. It is a word. Look it up. I'm serious. But regardless,
fine.
Regardless of the
whatever,
your idea, no matter, you get what I'm trying to say, yeah. So
okay.
that's a trait that most people do, or most people like have and say, oh, these guys can have multiple partners, but when lady does it, she's called it this or that. So Shay, you have that. I
think it's just double standards. I'm not saying I have the mindset. I'm saying that it is a mindset that is advantageous to men. Mm-hmm. And if it is an advantage, I'll take it. I'll not fight it.
Well, but yeah, I get it. But then the thing is that for me, I'm a feminist again. Equal right and equal left. You understand what I'm saying? So if a guy can be promiscuous, so can a lady. I won't take. If you want to be promiscuous with me, I'm open to that. I'm not gonna say no. You get?
Tell me, I'm not buying this. Which girl are you trying to toast that is feminist? I'm trying to win her over with this.
No. I
can see through you. I can see through you.
I'm just saying, I'm just saying, I believe in equality, right? So there was this news that says, like women in Berlin can now swim in pools without tops or like men, and I say yes to that. I'm moving to Berlin next week, so everybody can take up their shares in the swimming pool. With no repercussions. I mean, must be nice.
But jokes apart, I think toxic masculinity talks about some things that men do that it's kind of that is hostile to women.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, let's say there's a husband and there's a wife, and the husband feels entitled to the wife anytime he wants to. I think that should be like an example of that. Some of these things they are not the way it should be. They are not right. And I think it stems from an history of men being in power, men being able to do whatever they want. Look at Solomon in the Bible having like 1 million wives.
Exactly.
So I think that's like where everything kind of comes from. And so I think it's actually bad for women. So let's outside all of these jokes that we are making or trying to make, I think we have to also identify the fact that some of these things are not.
So do you feel
fair? I think that's the word.
Yeah, they're not fair, exactly. So do you feel these things came from, right? Say our traditions, right, or our beliefs as ethnic or religious traditions? Because look at it this way, yeah. Like I know polygamy now, for example, right? A man having multiple wives. So do you think that's some level of,
I don't think so.
So
because I think for example, some religion I know, Islam, allows men to have multiple wives, so I can't necessarily label that as as long as you are doing your work fine. So I think the toxic part is when you are overdoing, or some qualities in what you are doing is hostile towards the other gender, or whatever, like violence or being hostile or whatever. So I think that those are like the bad parts of it. There's obviously the good parts, I'm sure.
Yeah, obviously, yes, there is.
If somebody knows, but I think the main thing is it's just harmful. It's just harmful, and even to men themselves. So let's say, for example, one thing that masculinity or toxic masculinity enables is be a man and don't express yourself.
Exactly, don't express feelings.
You don't cry. Like you're not allowed to cry.
But that's not toxic. That's not toxic. Is it toxic? Because point is you're not allowed.
When was the last time? Don't avoid my question. I know what you are doing.
I mean,
when was the last time you cried?
Last time I cried was maybe when they beat me in secondary school or something. Maybe like JSS1 or JSS2.
And you're a feminist. You don't should be crying like every week.
Why would I be? See, let me tell you something. Point is, ladies will tell you all they want. You can be vulnerable around me. You can cry. You can do all what you want. But the moment you do it, they will get tired of it very quickly and they will dump you. That's the message to all kings.
But they will dump you still, even if you don't cry. So
but that would make them dump you slower. That they will dump you faster. Cry. I mean, like they will tell their friends, oh, that guy, then you can't score with all of their friends anymore. I mean, I would get dumped with dignity. If you want to dump me with dignity. Let me Let me go my way. But that's
Fair
the thing,
enough.
like,
Fair enough.
so okay, so there's been this trait of guys shouldn't show emotions, guys shouldn't show feelings and stuff like that. Which apparently, as much as some of these traits, some people might classify them as toxic, but obviously they are just what makes men, technically, right? So you need someone that is strong, someone that is strong-willed, that wouldn't break under any pressure or any little pressure applied. You get someone that can still make active decisions whenever the need requires.
Okay, yeah, I get what you're saying. Some of these things make men, but you know, it doesn't always have to be like that. You should know now you're a feminist, Timmy.
Yes.
So what are some things that we should avoid?
Okay, so another thing is one of these traits I've actually noticed, which again most people label as toxic, but naturally I just feel like that's just what makes men, is being dominant, right? So technically you see a situation whereby a guy in a relationship wants to show dominance, like, oh, okay, this is what we should do, or like, this is what I think is the best path for us in this relationship, right? Trying to define terms and all of that. Although there might be a boundary or limit to at which you should actually do that, but most times people love men who take charge, right? Ladies love men who take charge, and in relationships like that, you probably would need to be the man. That's why they call you a man in the first place. You need to be the man in the relationship, right? So that's what I'm thinking, that being dominant, as much as is a masculine trait, overdoing it might be toxic. Shay, what do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think you're right on some things, but for example, like you said, doing dominance, some of those traits, well, you can be all these things and not be toxic. Like, you can do it the normal way. I think there has to be a balance to it. I think that's like where the problem is. There's usually no balance. There's usually like an extreme. So yeah. So for example, like some men still believe like if you are married to them, like they own you, like you are their property. Those kind of thinking, those kind of beliefs, those kind of ways of doing things are still there. And it's something that was passed down and would take time to correct. And I think that's just pretty much it, to be honest. It is what it is, but some things can be corrected or fine-tuned to be better, so that we can all live happily ever after with the people or the person that we choose to be with.
The people or the person, right?
You are the one that said you want to score with our friends now.
No, I'm just saying.
So I'm speaking for people like you that want to score with multiple.
I'm just saying from But another trait or behavior that people consider toxic, which I think I do too as well, right, is not engaging in household chores or caregiving, right? Look at it this way: there's a father,
I don't think that's toxic. I think you're just lazy.
And yeah, exactly. So there's a father, there's a mother, and then there are the kids, right? And sometimes the mother comes late from work, and she's really tired, and the husband has been home for a while, right? And he's saying, oh, I'm the man of the house, I can't make food for myself, or I'm the man of the house, I can't make food for the kids, right? That's quite toxic. I believe
that's bad.
Should agree on that, basically.
Timmy, can you give us one toxic whatever that you say you have?
That I have.
Just let our listeners know the kind of person
toxic.
You are. Deep down.
No, I don't swing that way.
It's just a trait now. It's just a trait. Like, one way or the other, I think we all have one tiny little, of it in us as men. You can't escape it.
Well,
come on, let's have it.
I can't really pinpoint to one that says probably like I'm toxic, or a trait that people can actually point to. And again, some people have it, and it's fine for them to identify and try to change and work with it, because the society we live in naturally is skewed, and like from a young age, some people were thought to identify themselves as a more superior gender than the other person, which might actually like tell on how they behave or how they see masculinity in general, right? So let me see if there's any traits that I have that might actually like point to being a toxic masculine trait. Let me say, this is
You don't cry now, so I think that's obviously one, like you said. You're a big man.
No, okay,
A big
no,
man.
not showing feelings. For me, I still don't think it's toxic. Or everybody can say whatever they want. I mean, you have to bottle up everything and die of heart attack at 40. I mean, you can't be going around crying at every little opportunity you have. Can't be kings.
So to me, I don't understand. You can't.
It's not toxic. Don't be vulnerable. If you are.
You have to pick a side.
I'm a feminist too, by the way, but
it's either you are a feminist, or you can't. It's hard to be a blend. You can't be on the fence. The
point is, as long as we have equal rights, I believe we have opposite responsibilities, and that's what everybody needs to understand, right? The fact that I'm a feminist doesn't mean I don't understand that men and women are not wired the same, right? Like, we are obviously not wired the same. First, genetically. Second, in the way we reason, and other things as well. So, regardless of how equal our rights should be, we don't see things the same way, and that's just the truth, right? I believe men are more daring.
Fair enough.
Like, they take more risk and stuff. So, he's obviously like
okay.
So, Shay, what's your toxic?
What impact?
What's your toxic before you jump into impact? Did you say it wise? What's your toxic trait? Tell us.
Wait, calm down. Don't rush me. I don't work under pressure. You get me?
You work under pressure, but you're a man. You should be able to work under pressure. Come on, be a man.
I think I'm also a feminist.
Don't be a simp.
But for this episode,
don't be a weakling. I will tell Shola about you.
Okay, so there's one tiny one.
Okay.
This is not that deep. So when somebody comes to see you, yeah, I think I saw this one way. When somebody comes to see you and they are going, like, let me know when you get home. I don't like when a girl says that to me, like, let me know when you get home. Like, let's say I go to see a girl and she tells me, let me know when you get home. Like, I'm a man, nothing's going to happen to me. Like,
let's say you see a girl. Say, I don't understand. Why are you playing? Why are you playing away games?
No, let's just say, like, basically, once a girl tells me, like, let me know when you get home or stay safe. Like, I'm like, why do you think I can't stay safe? Like, nothing can happen to me.
I'm not in danger. I am in danger, right?
Exactly. The people should be scared of me.
Exactly.
So I think that's one tiny one that I can.
You find it weird when people say, get home safe. Call me when you get home. Like, well, I'm a man.
If my guy says no problem, but if it comes from a girl, like, I'm like thinking, do you think I'm not strong enough to handle it? Like, is that why you're telling me that?
Wow.
But it's just it's just a tiny little something. It's not that deep.
All right. So
now that we know what these things are, like, what impact do you think it has on people or like society as a whole?
Well, okay. So the first impact I would say as on people, I would start from the impact he has on guys and the impact he has on girls, right? Or male and female, or any other gender that exists out there, because these days we can't be so sure that it's just male and female, yeah? Right. Mm-hmm. So the impact I feel it has first on guys is that some guys are stronger than the others. There can be a guy that doesn't show feelings. There can be a guy that, is vulnerable, he cries at every given opportunity, or he doesn't take charge, like some people say, take charge of the relationship. He allows the lady take charge of whether they married or whatever, right? So when people start saying things like, oh, you're not supposed to cry in front of your wife, or you're not supposed to show emotions when you say you're supposed to bottle it up, and this guy is not as strong as you think he is, right? Any small thing, he throws up and start crying, and so he start feeling less of himself as a man. He'll be like, be a man. I'm a man already, for God's sake. I have a penis. Don't you get it? So when people start saying things like that,
congratulations.
When people start saying things like that, I mean, some people start feeling less of themselves, right? Start feeling, when, let me use this example for some context, right? You're with the boys, you're hanging out with the boys, and then your girl calls you, right? And then the way some girls do, they'll be like, blow me a kiss over the phone, and then all your friends are looking at you like, are you actually going to blow that kiss over the phone? I want to see what you do. What are you going to? I mean, like, a man should be able to blow kisses on the phone whenever he wants to. I mean,
no.
But that's just what it is. I feel like for guys that are like are like have that quick to show feelings, or they are quick to show emotions or something like that, it makes them feel less of themselves. And for ladies as well, sometimes they feel like the less superior gender, or is it the inferior gender now? Which they shouldn't. Like none of your activities should make any lady feel like that, right? So we are all equal and opposite, although we have opposite responsibilities. We are equal in terms of opportunities. So that's just why I feel that there's some toxic traits that might actually like make ladies not feel they feel inferior in whether the relationship, whether it's some work, wherever. They just feel somehow about themselves, and that's the whole why people say, "Oh, don't be toxic," or "Don't be this," or "Don't be that." So, Shay, who's the most toxic person that you've met or that you have seen, or that this guy he's out, he carries alpha male on his head? Who do you think?
Wow, that's the most toxic person I know. I would have said you, but today you're a feminist, so
Well,
I
why,
can't
why,
really
why,
say.
wait, what? Do you know something about me I don't know about myself? Because this one that you say you're saying me, what?
Calm down, relax. Why are you triggered?
I mean,
Why are you
no,
triggered?
I mean,
Slow
you're trying
down.
to,
I was just joking.
this
I was
fake
just
news.
joking. Calm down.
I don't believe that fake news. Oh,
I don't think the
is it
people
you?
I know. Calm down. Don't put it in my head. The people I know, I don't think they are extreme about it. So I don't think, yeah, I can't call out any of my people. So no. If I speak, yeah, I'm in trouble. Yes. So yes, that's
So
just
do
it.
you think the top G is a toxic guy? I mean, people say he is. Do you think he is?
I don't know him man on man, but yeah, it sounds like that's all I can say.
Okay.
But
So
sometimes, so here's one thing. Okay, in talking about impact, yeah,
yeah.
talking about impact, I think like sometimes these things are just some people they are just fronting. It's more like societal expectations. Like a man is supposed to not cry, but deep down, you want to cry, and you're just holding it inside. So, for example, now let's say you are saying that, oh, as a man, you can't cry, but something is really really biting you, and you want to express yourself, but because you don't want to be seen as less, you hold it in, and in a way you are killing yourself. So that's another negative impact of some of these things. And obviously the another impact is, some of the behaviors that comes out of it, like let's say domestic violence, or being aggressive to people unnecessarily as well. So those are some of like the bad sides of it. So if you are doing it, you should stop. Henceforth, as a man, express yourself and be crying like at least twice in a week.
No, okay.
You
Let
heard
me
it here
give
first.
let me give let me give kings. Let me give them the cheat code, right? If you want to cry, lock yourself in your room, lock yourself, and play loud music so nobody will hear you cry. That's that's the reason.
It's
So you-
sweeter when people are there.
No, I mean no. What people see? What me I shall know is ladies say all they want. That they want a guy that can be vulnerable. They want a guy that can be this or that. But the moment you start showing that signs of vulnerabilities, they are gone. What's it law?
I mean, who did you cry to that broke your heart?
Well, I mean,
Confess.
like I said,
Let's talk about this. Maybe we need to start from you.
I mean, I didn't cry to anybody. I mean, I'm just here, top
You
G,
sure?
shop shirtless, rocking life as it comes. you know, so
That sounds like a front, but okay.
a handy man, with my spanner and my screwdriver, very handy, doing housework. Not wearing,
You
not
can
wearing
build the
my top,
house.
not wearing my top when I'm doing, chores around the house just to show my chest, because ladies can't. I mean, so I just do my thing. I don't care. Who finds me, whichever way. So basically, do you think this people with these toxic traits is something that they can actually learn to, or unlearn? Actually, like, is this something they can unlearn? And are toxic traits also learnable? Like, is it something you can pick up from your parents or from the society around you, or people that are just toxic, they are just bad naturally? Is that what you think?
So to answer your second question first, I think yes, obviously it's learnable because everything that you are today is you picked it up from whatever you saw around you, from school, from like your parents, TV, society, and everything. So that's obviously one. Then the second thing is, can you unlearn? I think so. I think one thing is to be aware. So that's like probably stage one. And then just choosing to. So if you enjoy the toxic masculinity traits. Maybe he's working for you. That's your strategy of getting things to work for you. You probably wouldn't want to unlearn it. But it depends on you as a person. If you want to unlearn, you unlearn. If you don't want to unlearn, whatever, the good and the bad, now you go face them. That's it.
Okay, good. So Shay, there's one question I want to ask, and there's this statement that everybody, I won't say everybody, but most guys say, right? They used to say, "Why are you acting like a woman?" Right? Do you feel that that statement is wrong or toxic?
Yes and no. I think women find it, even guys, so they find it insulting when, for example, if somebody tells you you're sounding like a woman, you probably don't like it. And also women will probably say, what does it mean to sound like a woman? It sounds demeaning. So I think that's like where that's the part of that where people don't like it. In terms of what it means, I think when people say that, they actually mean you should act what is expected of you, which is like gender, is the expectations or societal roles. So maybe you're probably falling short of what is expected of you. That's like when somebody says that. So I understand like both sides of this, people that women or guys that don't like it and feel insulted. And also I understand the person saying it's what they are trying to say. So I think it's just a matter of how they are putting it.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm on defense. I don't know. It's good. I like it. Some people don't like it, and it is what it is. Just deal with it.
I mean, so yeah, exactly. So sometimes someone says, "Stop acting like a woman, man up." Right? I think man up is even the same thing as stop acting as a woman, but then just say it in different ways. Rice and beans and rice.
Yeah.
Someone says, "Man up, act like a man." Exactly, it's still the same. So that's where you use your sense. Instead of you to say stop behaving like a woman, you say behave like a man.
to me, it's giving out ways to
exactly. So if they say
Nice
what do you mean I'm behaving like I should behave like a man? Am I behaving like a woman? You can say there are more than two genders. So I don't say what you are behaving like. So that's just,
to me, it's obvious that you're not ready to undo. You are one of those people I talked about.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
Before
even though you're a feminist,
I'm a feminist. Today I identify as feminist, but that's just it. So do you feel one thing I just want to quickly ask before we round up is that, do you feel that like people that believe in there are certain masculine behaviors can be feminists? Can you believe in equal rights and then still believe that some guys are supposed to act in a certain type of way while still holding that guys are supposed to act in a different way than women?
I think so. I think I'm unlike you. I'm not identifying as a feminist today. So, but I understand like some of the things that what feminism or what they are kind of fighting for is pretty much just like equal opportunities, like equal rights, and you can have that and also still maintain your masculine frame or your toxic masculinity frame. You can still do that. So you can believe in those and still do your thing. But the problem is where they kind of conflict is there are some part of it that you are trying to use against feminism. So it's kind of a tough spot, but I think it's possible.
Okay, so Shay, do you, again, we're trying to wrap this up very quickly, but this questions just keep coming and I want us to quickly trash it out here, because point is, episode will get out and people would actually spin their own different ideas, right? So do you feel like if masculinity or people fighting for everybody should behave equally, guys can cry and and show feelings, and ladies can be dominant and take charge, obviously, which some of us like if ladies take charge in the other room. But what I'm saying is this, that do you feel chivalry would be dead, or the whole idea of being a gentleman would be dead the moment equal rights and masculinity is gone? Because these are things that men do that make us like identify as, I'm a guy, this is what I'm supposed to do. This is like the standard operating procedure for guys, right? I have to be dominant, I have to be the one to take charge, I have to be the protector. And the moment you're stripping me of all those things, telling me that, I have to relinquish my roles as a guy, do you feel like chivalry will be dead and all these things guys do would be gone? I
don't think so. So I think the toxic part is just the harmful part. That's why it's called toxic masculinity. Like masculinity is still there, like those things are still there. What you're expected to do as a man The part that is terrible is the toxic part, the things that are harmful to you. Like I said before, like domestic violence, treating women, acting aggressively towards women, maybe terrible stuff. Those are the ones that should go. The normal things like being, being a gentleman, those are good things. Those are traits. The same way, a woman who loves to take care of her husband or a family or a trend, those things will always be there. It's just the bad sides that should probably go away, like suppressing your emotions, not
Because
expressing yourself.
I feel like there's a fine line. As much as we might hate to admit it, I feel like there's a fine line between masculinity and toxic masculinity, right? So look at it this way: boy goes out to the girl on a date. The taxi comes to pick them up, and he doesn't open the door for her. I mean, you're supposed to open the door for her, but it feels me opening the door for you probably makes you feel less of a person, or don't I have my own hands to open my door? Do you get? And it feels like
so those ones are
she has her hands to open her door.
Any person that has that kind of mentality is just being extremely defensive. It's just like, for example, if me and you go out now and I open the door for you, will you feel less of a man because I opened the door for you? You just be like, well, that's nice. A normal person.
Why would you open the door for me? Don't have my hand.
Because I want to be nice to you now.
Don't be nice to
my
me.
guy.
Why would you be opening doors for me? Don't have my hand.
This is the problem.
Go open your own door. I'm not even scooching to the other side. Go open your door, my friend. What do you...
No verse, boss.
I mean, so things like that happen, and then you start to feel like, oh, these are things like. But again, there's a fine line, right? There's a fine line to being taking charge in relationships, and to be dominant, then to be aggressive as well, right? Because sometimes ladies will come and say, what do you want us to do? And naturally, I wouldn't say they look up to you, but then they expect you to know better and for you to make more informed decisions. And then you're saying, oh, if I'm saying this is what we should do, it means I'm like pouring out my own ideas on you. So you think about it too and come up with something we should do. Do you get me?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So there's some fine line that we actually need to look at in details. Obviously not on this podcast, but you sit down inside of yourself and think exactly what exactly am I doing? And again, so Shay, just quick one last one before we go. Yeah, do you feel this is specific to people? So for example, you might be with some certain set of people and they say, I want baby girl treatment. Open the door for me, do this for me, do everything for me. In fact, don't even let my feet touch the ground, carry me all I want. And then some people like, you know what, I can do things for myself. You don't have to reason for me. You don't have to do things for me, right? I'm independent, right? So does it really matter the kind of environment or the people you are with at the point that would say if a particular trait is toxic or not?
So I think how a person reacts is actually an indicator of, let's say, what they have seen. So what do I mean by that? So let's say, for example, a woman that's probably been with a man that took care of her, bought her everything, didn't let her spend money on whatever, and that kind of man ends up having this entitlement towards her, or sees her as like, oh, you are mine, you can't do anything without me. So which in a way is the toxic masculinity thing. So if a woman sees that a man has done that kind of thing, she probably wouldn't want that kind of man again. So next time if somebody tries to do too much, she'll be like, I got this myself, because she understands that there's still that entitlement mentality that comes with some of those benefits. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So that's probably why a girl will be like, okay, don't open the door for me, so that you won't end up feeling like I owe you something.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? So
yeah, I get you.
It all depends on what the person has been through and their understanding. Do you get? So they are just trying to protect themselves. Like you said, before they use you go waiting.
Go use your sense. Exactly.
That's
so just find out what is toxic to people around you, but generally there are some traits you should not even find in your hand as a guy naturally. Is there toxic feminist kissy?
Power now. Power. That we are not. I'm not a feminist, so I wouldn't know. Okay, when I say I'm not a feminist, I mean I'm not identifying as a feminist for today.
Generally, you are not a feminist. We know you. You are not part of us.
Okay, fine.
We know ourselves.
I wouldn't know. You shouldn't be the one answering that question. You should know, since you're identifying as that.
But then, like, I feel that there should be toxic. Like, there are some things that being overly feminine, that's toxic. But again, That's not
It
today's.
can't be toxic now. Women are feminine, and that's not an issue.
But when you're too overly feminine, I mean, don't be a man.
As a guy,
As a lady.
as a lady, be a lady.
I mean, but then that's story for another day, man. I mean, it's been.
So another thing now we have guys that are acting like girls. So Timmy, I know there's one feminine thing that you used to do.
Me.
It has to do with your fingers. Do you want to tell our
No.
Is that not feminine as a guy?
So,
Why should you be doing that?
I mean, nothing goes wrong with a guy having a good manicure session. Do you get me? You need to take care of it. In fact, I feel like
Timmy, your own is more than manicure.
People that are not taking care of their hands are the ones that are toxic masculinity. That's what I feel. I mean, you need to look good.
Timmy, what color are your fingers? What color do you have your?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Is that not too much? Is that not too much femi?
It doesn't matter what color my nails are painted right now. It could be black, it could be yellow, it could be green, or painted like a zebra stripe.
As a man, why are you painting your nails?
I mean, it's just
your nails should be as dirty as anything. So
that's
to
false.
show that yes, you are a builder.
No. There are lines. There are lines must be drawn. So technically, nothing is wrong with you as a guy. Going to the nail shop. Get yourself a nice manicure.
That time you are using to paint your nails, you should be making money. You should be providing for the family.
To ensure that
that's what you should be
good.
doing as a man.
No. You need to take care of yourself too. That's one of the things that are toxic men that feel like they don't need to take care of themselves. They're smelling like something I cannot use my word to pronounce. So that's just what I feel.
As a man, why are you smelling good? Why are you doing those nice?
You should even.
That's feminine. You see?
No,
you are part
that's
of the
not
problem.
Feminine. So I feel like there are some even things that guys feel like they shouldn't do that might be like, for example, okay, let me tell you one trait of mine that I have. I don't like pink. So whenever I see guys that wear pink, I'm always looking at them like, why is this not wearing pink? Do you get me?
Like, as a man, why are you wearing pink, Abby?
Exactly, like as a man, be a man, why are you wearing pink? Well, come on.
Okay, be a man. Why are you taking care of your nails? Why are you painting your nails? Why are you doing manicure? Why are you doing painting? Why are you doing skincare?
Exactly. You need to look skincare and look good for yourself and for other people admiring you. I mean, I can take care of my nails and my skin, but wearing pink is where I draw the line. You understand? That's where I draw the line. I mean, why should you be wearing pink? But basically, like,
everybody get within the drum.
There's some things that people should do. Wear lip balm. Don't let your lip be cracked as anything else. Some guys just feel like as a guy,
that I don't take.
So you can't wear lip balm.
I'm that. I mean, anytime I wear lip balm, I always feel gay. I feel like why am I?
I'm not even going to lie. I do feel gay a little bit. So I'm like, but then I have to use it. Please, being a man doesn't mean you shouldn't take care of yourself. Like you should,
Yeah, I agree. Look good, smell good.
But then, see, the point is, identify the traits you have. Are they in any form harming the other gender? And try to change. Everybody can unlearn. Everybody can learn new stuff. That's what I'm giving. That's my own takeaway for today. Anybody can learn new stuff, as well as anybody can unlearn what they've already known. So if you feel like you're doing something that is toxic, hey, think about it again. You can always unlearn it, right? So if you always thought, oh man,
I feel like we've spoken too much. We've said everything that is to say to me is enough. We know you are a feminist. Is enough.
Exactly.
My mouth is paying me.
Exactly.
And my mouth has never paid me on the podcast episode before.
So thank you very much for listening.
Okay. It's been
this has been a very long podcast, to be honest.
It's been a very good episode.
Yeah,
I actually enjoyed it a bit. I can't lie.
Because you are toxic.
Yeah, it's very enlightening.
Because now you have learned things that you should not do anymore. That's why. That's why you find it very enlightening, because
we like change. That's the question.
Thank you very much for sticking with us on this episode of In the Middle podcast. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at In the Middle FM, as well as on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, AudioMark, Amazon Music, and everywhere else you can listen to our podcast. So Shay, take away. Bye. That's it. What are you giving us?
That's it. I don't have anything to give. Don't be a toxic man. Be a LD man. And just enjoy your life. And
what about woman?
What about woman?
What about woman? We have female listeners too, Shay.
I don't care. For today, I don't care.
That's just toxic. Yes. You can't change. Yes. Everybody have seen Shay what he is. You can't change. He doesn't care about the other gender. God. How did I meet you?
No, I love my women. Everybody knows that I love my women. Come on.
But yeah, again, thank you very much. See you 2 weeks when we come back again with another episode of Independent Podcast. Stay safe.